You've been dreaming and dreaming about the perfect place forever, and now it's finally time to chase that dream. Before you go rush out and buy land, let's talk about buying your lot and building your dream home in Cape Coral, Florida. All right, let's jump right in. Hi everyone, it's Chelsea here from Gather Home Group with Keller Williams, Fort Myers and the Islands, bringing you another segment of living in Southwest Florida. Cape Coral, Florida is a special city that has miles and miles of waterfront lots, which often make it a desirable location for those wanting to live on water. It is also unique in that there is so much canal frontage with land with boating access that's relatively affordable in comparison to other locations. While we have homes that have been built and developed, there's so much land that sometimes people opt into finding the lot, buy that, and then construct the house that they want. So I thought having a little bit of a guide here to help you navigate that process, including some often looked details, might be helpful. So step one is going to be research and choose the right lot. The first place we should start would be by researching and choosing the right lot. By purchasing land, taking the time to research different areas of Cape Coral, consider factors like what type of water access you might want. There are different levels here. The most expensive will be those directly along the Caloosahatchee River. Next would be sailboat access lots, which means that there's no bridges to go underneath. Then bridge access water. Then bridge access water will vary based on the long trek and how long it takes to get to open water, and if there are low bridges to go under, and if there's any locks. All those sorts of things impact the type of boat that could be used. The next expensive canal lots are going to be those that are on freshwater canals. These do not access the Gulf, and so their value is reduced in comparison. And the next is going to be the dry land. There's no water. Another thing to note is going to be the size and the shape of the lot. Every lot has a build envelope. This is the area around the lot lines that the builder is allowed to build within. It's really important to know what your lot can handle and the type of home you're wanting to build. For example, if you want to build a 4-car garage, then you're going to need to be sure that that lot isn't a pie wedge that cannot accommodate it. It may be a triple lot too, which is really 1.5 times the size of a normal lot in order to give you some more space. Similarly, if you're an avid boater, you may want a lot with great water accessibility for pulling your boat in, and not one that's going to be more angular or hard to turn around in. Another consideration is the elevation and the flood zones. This is going to matter for your insurance once it's built, but also how much fill dirt is going to be needed to raise the land. My own home happens to be on an AE flood rated lot. However, the fill dirt was brought in to bring it up, and my house is now on an X zone, which means that I do not need the insurance, but it was more expensive to get that fill in there. Upgrades, like a lot with a seawall already installed, is going to have more value than a lot that needs that added. Also, a lot with our protected species, such as a burrowing owl or the gopher tortoises, are going to have a different value as well because they often affect the build envelope. And if it's in an area with city water and city sewer assessments in, then it's going to be important to find out if those are paid off or coming down the pipeline in the future. For these reasons and many more, it's always best to consult with myself or another realtor who's going to be able to walk you through those ins and outs for each lot and help you find the right spot for you and your family. Then we can help you find it and facilitate the sale. Before closing on the lot, it is also helpful to identify the builders you may want to proceed with. Many lenders can wrap that lot sale into the construction loan, so it's a good idea to check out builders and see which ones have the plans that you like to build. The most cost-effective option is finding a floor plan from a builder and building it straight from the floor plans. Many will allow for adjustments to their plans, and some even do custom completely. Completely custom can get pretty costly, so be prepared for that if that's the way you really want to go. Also, consider withholding a segment of your budget for upgrades or allowances towards incidentals. Sometimes there's more fill dirt needed than expected, like we just talked about. Or perhaps your countertops that you really want are level 3 instead of a level 2 that you allotted for. Whatever it may be, have the wiggle room and it'll be very helpful. Once both of these items are identified though, then we can move forward with the construction loan if needed, and then have both of the lots closed and the contracts pulled with the builder. Usually from here, your builder will be guiding you each step of the way through the build process. Build times can vary. Semi-custom and custom are always going to take a little bit longer with building because there's changes that they have to get approved on the new plans and the permits have to be pulled. I've seen a home go up as quickly as 4 months for one of the plans with one of the kind of basic builders that come around through here, or I've seen it take as long as 2 years, so it can really run the gamut. Typically though, a home with some minor changes to a current plan will probably be somewhere around the 1 year mark for build times. Once permitting is completed, then the lot can start to be cleared and graded and the foundation work can begin. Then will be structural framing, and then plumbing, electrical, HVAC. All these processes will have key stages that the city inspectors will go in and check the progress all the way up to the final occupancy approval. Before we wrap this up, know that building a home is an exciting opportunity, but careful planning is essential. Working with experienced professionals and doing some due diligence can save you a lot of heartache. No home is perfect, even ones with custom designs that you may have meticulously gone over might have something down the road that you'd like to change. Knowing this also can save a lot of heartache. And as always, I love to hear your thoughts. So if you've gone through this process or if you're planning to, then tell me about it in the comments. If you have any questions about the area, feel free to reach out. I have all of my contact information in the description below. On that link tree, you're gonna be able to find links to my 96-page moving guide, moving to Lee County, as well as direct access to the MLS. And you can also go through my website there. Or if you want to pick my brain and discuss the ins and outs of your own personal situation, then feel free to book an appointment time with me. I love to jump on video calls with people and talk to them about what their needs are and whether or not this is going to be a good fit for them here in Southwest Florida. As a heads up, my video schedule can sometimes be erratic. I'm a realtor, but I'm also a mom and a volunteer in our community, and I make these videos when I have a spare moment from serving others. So I really recommend that if you like these videos, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and then you'll be notified when I drop another one. And while I might not be on here daily, we do try to post over at social media things daily that might be of interest, like weekly articles and information that you might find handy and might give you some insight as to what life in Florida looks like. As always, we really appreciate it when you leave us a comment and hit that like button, subscribe button, and notification bells so you can be notified when we drop future videos that may help you with living in Southwest Florida. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, I wish you much health and happiness.